Good morning, all. It's December 20th, 6:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's take a look at the debacle that's called Litecoin. Okay, it's going sideways, like I said, but I think there's going to be a change in fortune today. Now, that part is my opinion, so we're going to forego my opinion. I base my opinion on learning this market maker over a period of time. He had a large trade here this morning, which is getting eaten away slowly but surely. And I do think that there's a possibility that they're going to let this market stretch its legs to the upside. But that's, again, my opinion. Now we're going to go to the math and see what the math tells us. It's a possibility it could be wrong. Okay, let's find his trades. 2171. 2136. 2136 is the bottom number. You know, the lowest the market size that he's put up. In this case, it's 2171 because he has another trade mixed in with the market maker's trade. So we know which was, see? 2135.23. Now we'll go to the other one. So they're actually just one Litecoin off. Guess he's trying to change it up and trying to fool everybody. So let's get the calculator now. Let's just first let's just find out which price that trade's at. And you can see it's no longer 13 cents like it was yesterday to the mid-market price. It's at $40. It's over $40. It wasn't over $40 a couple hours ago. So he looks like he's going to let it go. $40.16 minus 39.80. 36 cents. Before it was 13 cents. So now you can see why that green bar is starting to appear right here. This little tiny green bar right there. Now let's do the other side. Now we got to find the buy side. 39.58. Look how close now the buy is to the mid-market price, which would be where the USD spread is. And look how far he moved the sell, $40.16. Oh, you see what he's doing here, people. You see he's reversed it, the trend. 39.58. You see? As compared to the sell side, there's a 61% difference in equidistance now going the opposite way from yesterday. Remember yesterday it was 60. The difference favored the sell side. It was 61%. The buy was 61% further away. Now it's the sell that's 61% further away. You can't make this shit up. So I expect some upside activity and a lot of upside activity. It's a 61% difference to the upside. And there was a large wall that was sitting here. Yeah, he's still playing with this wall. It was like 1,500. He just added more into it to keep the price from going up, you see? Somebody's, it's either the market maker doing this. I really think the market maker is playing a really screwed up game. It's like if he wants to sell something, like causing the price to go up, he's loading. These are all the market maker's trades here. This is dumping to get a higher price from what he got down here. That's what I suspect he's doing. All the coin that he bought from here on up now, he's going to try and dump it at a higher price. Let's see on the buy side. This whole book is manipulated by the market maker. Look how close the buy is comparative to the sell. You can eyeball it, and that's how I do it in the morning. I said, oh look, he's bringing it up. You just eyeball it. You could obviously see that the buy side is closer than the sell side. And this is classic market maker manipulating the mid-market price. These trades are supposed to be equidistant. And how those trades are supposed to be operating, you can go in and read the letter, right? I'll show you. And Coinbase tells you themselves in their fabricated little BS story they gave to the, right here. You see this video here? 2 days ago? You read that letter and Coinbase tells you how the market maker is supposed to be operating. They tell you. I'll show it to you again.
Or the last trade price.
Oh, sorry about that. You see? For the same customer. Mentioned this LTC order book and served to believe the activity was Coinbase invested and particular activity observed is consistent with market maker liquidity position. The customer bid north is a likely amount, typically a large amount relative to otherwise equidistant price away, 40 to 44 cents. We all know that's not true because those prices aren't equidistant. We just calculated them. Look at the difference. One's 36 cents away, the other one's 22 cents away. That's a 61% difference. Okay? If technically that's just the distance from the 0 point, which is the mid-market price, this way and this way. If we calculated it from both sides to the other, the difference would be much larger. The difference would be in the hundreds of percent. There's either way you can calculate it. Sometimes I calculate it one way, sometimes I calculate it, but this way I think is the best from the mid-market price. The distance from the mid-market price is 61% off. In other words, this guy's got 61% more in equidistance, so to say, or a further 61% away from equidistance as compared to the buy side. That's how I calculate it. There's different ways to calculate it. It's just sometimes it's just a matter of how I feel for the day. But either way, they're not equidistant. If you forget the percentage away, you can tell right away. You just can skip that percentage, and you can just see that they're not equidistant. It's very. The percentage is just a value I use to show you how far he's going to push it up, or how devoted he is to pushing it up. Okay. Now you get back to this letter, and you can see after observing these and customers' other activity, this is them telling you it's the market maker and how the market maker is supposed to be posting his trades equidistant. He's not doing that. So they said they concluded that the activity is non-predatory or manipulating technique employed by the customer. If that isn't a bold-faced lie, I don't know what is. He's telling us that the customer is stable in placing his trades so it doesn't manipulate the price. And I'm telling him, no, it's not stable, and I'm proving it with simple math that he's not equidistant, and he's manipulating the mid-market price because he's engaged in predatory trading. It's that simple. This is what I told them right to their face. If they want to discuss it with me, I'll show you. Now, come on, people. Does this look like 40 to 44 cents? Does this look equidistant? There's the letter right there. Look. There's the math that's checking out if that statement is true. The quotes display remain pegged to the. Let me get you a better copy of this so you guys could read along with this. Just to show you the level of bullshit that these guys are engaged in. Because this is a sad state of affairs. Okay, we're gonna get to, this video is gonna take a while, so I'm gonna show you on trying to see. Fuck this up. We'll go back to that. You can see. Oh wait. Okay. Okay. You guys can read this. I'm pretty sure none of you need glasses like I do. So now they stated, okay, let's just go over here why this complaint that I have is valid. Why that market maker is manipulating the market is a valid statement. All right. First of all, they said they investigated it, okay, and then the market maker, they identified that the market maker does hold those. If you read this explanation they gave to the New York Department of Financial Services. So the New York Department of Financial Services took them for the word. I didn't. I said, okay, I know where his trades are. Let's check them out. And we've been checking them every day. This isn't 40 to 44 cents. And no, the buy and sell are not equidistant away, which means if this was 36 cents here, this one should be 36 cents here. Or if this one's 22 cents away, this one's supposed to be 22 cents away. Now, they said they sat down and investigated it and followed him, and all his trades were equidistant. Anytime the market moved, his trades would place equidistance. The robot would place them equidistant. It's not to interfere with the mid-market price. Well, clearly, that's a bold-faced lie because the math says no, they're not equidistant. I have got 510 videos in there that show they're not equidistant. That's over a year's worth. About a year and a half's worth of videos that show you that they've never been equidistant for the past a year and a half. So I don't know how long they did their investigation, but mine's much more thorough and mine's much more precise because I use math. And the quotes display remain pegged to the last sale for weeks at a time. He's saying that for weeks at a time the quotes remain pegged to the last sale. Here we are, checking it like every couple of hours. How could it be pegged to the last sale for weeks at a time? How? If it's hourly, if it's not equidistant, how could they come to the conclusion it remains pegged for weeks at a time? That's another fabrication. So they paint this glorious picture of their market maker being on the up and up, doing wondrous things, weeks at a time. You don't know what Mr. Russo's talking about. But yet I can go in here 10 hours from my last video, where it was 60% the other way. A day before or so, it was 55% off. And yet these guys at Coinbase are telling the New York Department of Financial Services, who are too dumb, who don't know how to read an order book, don't want to look stupid in front of Coinbase, so we'll just agree with them because we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to hurt our career. Don't check the math. Just let them slide because you know why? I don't want to show the people above me that I don't know what I'm doing. The New York Department of Financial Services is a waste of taxpayer money of New York State people. I think they need to be removed. Just totally obliterate the whole department. If they just can't go in and you could just look at it with your bare naked eye and say, wow, that one's much closer than this. You could look at it right now. Look at this. One is obviously closer than the other. If you're not sure, you get out a calculator. Wow, one's 36 cents away, the other one's 22 cents. Well, that's a large 61% difference. And even when they're 4 or 5 cents away from each other, it's still like a 14% difference. He never stops manipulating the market maker. So how Coinbase Pro could come out with this line of bullshit that their market makers on the up and up is beyond reason. It's beyond math. Okay? This, I'm just really upset that these people can't see this. And every time I show these documents, you see I got 35 views from December 17th. It's 2 days ago. This will get 400, 500 views. Only when I show these documents, because I can disprove these documents, I can actually show how math shows that this is a fabricated statement. They lied to a New York City, a New York State watchdog bureau. They lied to them. These guys are supposed to be out there prosecuting this kind of activity. And these guys created this bold-faced lie that anybody with a calculator and knows how to read an order book can show you with math. So read the statement, do the math like I taught you. Detect where the market maker puts his trades, look where the mid-market price is, do the calculation, and you will see that they're not equidistant. When the two largest trades in the order book are not equidistant, what happens? It changes the mid-market, it influences the mid-market price. These people know what they're doing. Charlie Lee knows this is happening. Brian Armstrong knows this is happening. Their global head of Coinbase Pro, global head of investigation, knows this is happening. The former CEO of Coinbase Pro, Adam White, knows this was happening because I told him directly. The Litecoin Foundation directing manager, David Schwartz, I believe his name is, he knows this is happening. Jonathan Mitchell flew out to Vegas, walked right up to them, and several others of the Litecoin Foundation presented this to them. They know this is happening, yet they don't do anything about it. Brian Armstrong, every day I tweet this to him. Every time he makes a comment, I tweet him a copy. You should check this out. I sent case numbers, which I have on video. Do a live case number, get a response from Coinbase, your market makers manipulating the market. Here's the formulas. Here's what you stated. Go look at the info. Stop him. He's robbing your clients. It's going to cost you business. They know about this. The whole staff knows about it. They think I'm a pest. It's just, you know what it is? They think I'm a pest because they don't understand what they're looking at. They don't understand that the order book, that trades in the order book affect the price. Anybody knows that. That's just the basics of trading. Whoa, you got a large trade blocking the price from going up. It's not, there's 3,000, 2,000 coin parked at the lowest price possible. Why is that there for? Because he wants to sell it? No, that's to keep the price from going down. I'm sorry, from going up. And they'll do the same thing on the other side. They don't want the price to go down. They'll put a huge order. They'll park it here at $39.99. Any trader worth his salt knows that. And if you don't trade. I'm just telling. I'm warning you. You have to learn these basic order book, how to read the order book. It's been a staple of traders for years. The older traders. I don't know if the new traders just rely on the bots. You understand? So they're not going to know this. These new traders. Back in the old day, you could tell the bots have been programmed to manipulate it that way. Where did the bots get the basics on how to manipulate the market? They got it from humans training them how to do it, or programming them what they used to do by hand. Okay, you put orders in the book by hand back before it was computers. This is what they're doing. This is called the Kettling trade. If you want somebody to trade within a certain range, you post two large trades, you sandbox them in. They can't trade beyond the volume of those two trades. So everybody that's trading now has to buy and sell between these two trades. Now he wants to change that. He just changes the edges of the sandbox. So the price goes higher just by simply moving the trades up to scale. He doesn't even have to move both. He can move one like he just did. You just seen him watch. You watched him move this trade up. Where is the activity that justifies that trade moving up in price? We didn't see any buys come in. We have what, one buy for. That's not going to influence the trade to come up. So now you people could see what I'm talking about. It's just not a wacko. One of the guys, it's a wacko conspiracy theory. How is math a wacko conspiracy theory? I'd like you to explain that to me, because that one is really far-fetched. How is this a conspiracy theory? I had one guy, I embarrassed him. I said, you tell me how this math is conspiracy theory. I'm telling you that the market maker in Litecoin is manipulating the mid-market price. And you're saying no. Then I say, okay, first let's find the market makers trades. Now we all know the market makers trades have to be posted equidistant, not to interfere with the mid-market price. Here are those trades, they're not equidistant, so what's that lead to the conclusion? The market maker is manipulating the mid-market price. It's very simple. And they couldn't grasp that simple concept because they rely on bots to do what they want. But I'm from the old school. I used to know how the traders used to place their orders in the books in order to manipulate the mid-market price, and they used to get in trouble for it back in the day. There was a lot of other traders would be right on top of you. What are you doing? Why did you? That's your trade. You got two trades in the book. What are you trying to do? Control the market price? They would go to a bar that's on uh, Beaver Street, and then you would see guys in suits and ties beating the shit out of each other in the 80s, or three guys beating the shit out of one guy. Believe me, those traders weren't what you think they were. Believe me, when the liquor started flowing, and one trader who was did his analysis and talked his clients into buying a certain stock, and the fucking trader across the floor worked against them in order to steal money from his clients, there was trouble. There was trouble. You know, back in the day in the 1800s, that Central Park people that used to do this to each other. One of the guys would call me out. You set up the trading book to benefit yourself, and you ripped off my clients. Go up to the park. My guy's got a musket and a sword. Put it in your hand. I'm coming with mine. That's why dueling in Central Park was outlawed. Okay, most of the stuff was financial. These guys are criminals. If these guys were back in the market back in the days in the 1800s, where traders were referred to as Mad Hatters, half of these guys would probably be murdered in the street, because violence was a way to settle things back in the old days. A gentleman's honor. You cannot defraud somebody's family out of money and expect not to be challenged. They didn't wait for the police officers. There was no SEC back then. You could go read it. You could read some of this stuff. When people used to call you are a rapscallion. See, look, 213523, 213523, exact. You see what I'm saying? You see how he keeps them the same market size? You go do the math, people. You learn this. You go in and see how far they are from the mid-market price, and you'll see that they're off in equidistance. I done it for you, but I do believe you guys can learn this. And then you could tell, look, remember I told you the buy was closer than the sell? It's the buy. And look at the green bar that just appeared as I'm speaking to you on this matter. And I'm showing you where I got my information from. You see? Coinbase provided all the information I needed. They're the ones they'll tell you right here in this thing how the market maker is supposed to operate. Trades are supposed to be equidistant. But the best part, they said they checked it for a long period of time, for weeks at a time, and the market maker didn't do anything wrong. But here we are. From yesterday it was off, and today it's off too as well. So you could see the level, the depth that these scoundrels will go through, that their legal department knows they're full of shit. The legal department is actually perjuring themselves to the New York Department of Financial Services. So I have no respect for any of those people in the legal department. These guys are scoundrels. They told me to send a letter in on their claim so we can begin arbitration? They never answered the arbitration letter 2 times, and it was signed by an officer, a Coinbase Pro, and I even have that. That's right here. Nah, this is something else. But I have those in my box over there, all the Coinbase stuff. That I did send them the letter to begin arbitration because I caught their market maker robbing. So let's make me whole again. They don't answer the arbitration letter. These guys are rogue traders. This is nothing but a boiler room. And don't trust Brian Armstrong. He used to work for Goldman Sachs. That says a lot. Okay? He's another bald-headed protege of that other clown. Remember when they needed to bail out? Sorry. So there you go, people. This proves the legal document. These guys are frauds. All my calculations to show you that these guys are frauds are based on math, so it's not an accusation made without evidence. The evidence is there. Okay? This is part of the evidence right here. They're stating one thing. We're going and checking what they provided their statement. Their statement has proved to be false. Okay? And they have concluded that this activity is not predatory. Well, I conclude that it is predatory, and this is just bullshit. I proved it with math. Their market maker is not doing as they're stating in this letter. It's fraud. There's nothing else needed to go over. I'll testify in front of a jury to all the lawyers out there that are reviewing my YouTube platform, showing this in an open public forum so people don't get robbed. I'll testify against them 110%. I don't think there's any jury in the world after seeing this math. You give the jury a calculator, a pen and paper, and you say, follow along with me, read this. And then you go in. You could probably do it live time, or you could review the videos, run them up in court, go on, take the review it in court, show them the live stream, have them do the calculation along with you, and it'll be very obvious to anybody who do elementary math that this letter is a fabrication, and yes, the market maker is engaged in predatory trade. That's all it is. Of course, they're denying that he's engaged in predatory trading based on the fact that his trades are equidistant. His trades aren't equidistant. He's engaged in predatory trading. End of statement. Alright, people, I'm out of here. Good luck. You're going to need it. Especially if you trade this garbage.